Hi guys, so my name is Lakin. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create this lovely look I've got going on. I am new to YouTube, so I hope you all enjoy this video, and if you do, make sure you hit that like button and you subscribe. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay guys, so starting out, I'm going to be using the Hard Candy Perfecting Primer. Now it says it minimalizes lines and pores for a smooth finish. I do not think it minimalizes lines. I think it minimalizes pores. So it's a silicone-based primer. It kind of reminds me of the Smashbox primer. And I put quite a bit on because your girl has some big pores. So this just helps my foundation go on smooth. And a lot of people will just put it in like their T-zone or like their problem area. I put it all over my face because my whole problem area is my whole face, if y'all get what I'm saying. So I make sure I just rub it all in. I've got a towel right here to just kind of get any excess off. And as you can tell, like, it really smooths everything out. I mean, I still have, you know, like acne scars and redness and stuff, but it does smooth everything out pretty well for the most part. Now, I do like the Smashbox primer, but my wallet don't. So, I get some from Walmart. So now that is all put into our skin, and I even put it like a little bit on my chin, just because I do drag my makeup down on my chin just a little bit. So that is done. We're going to go ahead and do our brows. So I'm using the Precisely My Brow Pencil, and I think I'm shade number 3. So I take the little spool in the end and I brush my brows upwards. And I do think this color is a little bit more like golden for me. I'm not very good at matching colors. Just throw that out there. So I'm just doing like little hair-like strokes. Now I do kind of take it and I put it at the bottom of my brow. So I know, like, if I put my pencil here, I'll just draw a line up. And I just kind of go with the natural shape of my brow. I know a lot of people have to shape their brows whenever they're drawing their brows in. My brows are a pretty decent shape. I mean, they need to be plucked a little bit, but oh well. And I just kind of brush my brows through just to kind of lighten up the color. And then any messes we're going to fix with concealer. I always do my brows first because that way if I make a mess, it's just so much easier to clean up than going through and having to take off my whole face. I started doing this recently, and so far it's working really good for me. And I'm not saying it's going to work for everyone, but it works for me. So once again, just going with this natural shape of my brows. Remember, your brows are sisters, not twins. I always try to make my brows look alike, and in doing so, I get so aggravated because they never look alike. And I get so aggravated that I usually just say forget it. Now, to carve out my brows, I'm taking Hard Candy Glamouflage. This is from Wally World. And I'm just taking a flat brush like so. And I just got some concealer in the back of my hand. Now, a little bit of this goes a long way. I mean, I'm only taking a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and just follow the line of my brows just to clean up any of our messes and really make our brows pop. So I start by going out on like the outline of my brow just to really give it some shape. And then once I'm done with that, I just go in with this brush and I kind of drag down that concealer, and it's going to work as my eyeshadow primer as well. I don't really use eyeshadow primers very often. Usually I will use my foundation or my concealer as an eyeshadow primer. Because, I mean, it does pretty much the same as an eyeshadow primer would. And, you know, you're getting to use a product twice. So, just dragging that down a little bit. And then I'll take a little bit more to just put on my lid right here. Okay, so I'm going to take the Supernatural Join the Hunt Monster God eyeshadow palette. I got this for my birthday. I'm thinking it's from Hot Topic. Not entirely sure. So I'm going to take this color right here. It's called Rougarou. This is such a fun little palette. It's, you know, it's got a nice mirror in it, and then it's got names from, you know, just little things from the series. Beigey color, like khaki kinda. It's pretty close to my skin tone actually. And I'm just softening up that concealer so when we go to add eyeshadow, it's going to just blend so much easier, because if you've got concealer on your eye and you're trying to blend with a blending brush, your eyeshadow tends to stick and it won't blend very well, so you're not going to get that smooth blend that you're wanting. And this is just a Morphe brush. I got, like, I think it was 12 brushes in a, like a eyeshadow little kit from Morphe. And these brushes, they're so good, so good. Okay, so that is the only shade I will be using out of this palette. Now I'm going to my new favorite love, the Nudie Patootie palette by Laura Lee. I've used this a few times, if you cannot tell. It is amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. So I'm taking just a fluffy blending brush. It's also another brush from Morphe. And I'm going to go into Undressed right here. This one right there. And I'm just going to apply that in my crease. It's a little bit darker than the like the more skin tony color that I just used. I'm just going to put this right in my crease, and we're just going to build up some color on there. So putting the majority of the color on the outside of my lid, and then just kind of working my way in. Okay, so now we're going to go in with Streaking. It's this pretty shade right here. It looks really brown in the palette, but it comes off, I don't know if you can see that on my brush, it comes off a little bit more peachy brown, more of a warm brown. And I'm just putting that on the outside of my eye and just kind of dragging it down to the lid a little bit, and then working it into my crease. Making sure that you're blending it out. See that harsh line right there? We want to make sure that there's no harsh lines in this. And then with hardly anything left on my brush, I'm just going to drag it into the inner corner. I'm just doing like little windshield wiper motions, then going up a little bit because you really want this to be blended. Okay, so the next color we're going to go into is Reveal. This one right here. And I'm using the same brush for all this, guys. We'll switch brushes here in a minute, but not just yet. So this color is going to go right here on the outer corner. I'm just doing kind of like a diagonal line, and then I'm going to connect it and then drag it into about the center of my eye. And that's where we're going to deposit most of the pigment. And then after I've got that, I'm going to take very lightly and just bring it into the inner corner. And then just kind of blending it. And blending it down onto my lid a little bit as well. And now it's time to switch brushes. So I'm just going to use, this is a, I might not be saying this right, it's a Shany Cosmetics. This is number 5. I'm going to wet my brush with a little bit of MAC Prep and Prime. And I'm going to go in with, I'm thinking Jaybird. Yeah, I'm going to go in with Jaybird. It's kind of a coppery gold pinky color. And this is a foiled color. So with my wet brush, and this is just a flat brush, I'm going to apply this right on my lid. Now notice I'm stopping about 3/4 the way into my eye. I'm not going to put this over my whole lid, just about 3/4 to maybe half. And that harsh line right there we'll take care of in just a minute. This color is just so pretty. It's so different from anything I've ever really seen. Because, I mean, you can tell that it's like coppery, but you can also tell that it's like gold, a little bit of pinky. I absolutely love this color. The gold in this palette too, all natural. I think that one's probably my favorite. Now that we've got that on our lid, we're going to grab our blending brush again, and we're going to go into Butt Naked. This is a deep brown shade. And we're going to put that right here on the outer corner and just kind of blend it in where that line is at with Jaybird. Just because we don't want a harsh line, and this is going to deepen up that outer corner. We're going to go in with some eyeliner. Shake it up. So this is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. And we're just going to do a winged eyeliner. So when I'm doing my eyeliner, I like to pull. This is not good. So if you can do your eyeliner without doing this, I recommend it. I can't. I can do the wing without it, but I have to pull it in order to get like a straight line. And I only pick my liner until right about where my lashes stop. And then I want to draw my wing. Probably need a little bit more color on there. And I'm just connecting it up to where I drew that line earlier. 5 seconds ago. And I'm just filling in, making sure that's nice and smooth. And then there's our one. I'm using this Punk Volumizer Mascara. I got this in one of my Ipsy bags. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm recording my iPhone, so I wear fake lashes sometimes. Most of the time I don't. I've got pretty long lashes. They're not very thick, but they're long. And then this is supposed to make them a little bit thicker, which it does. I usually just honestly don't take time to put lashes on. Now if I'm doing someone's makeup and they want fake lashes, I mean, I can do it. They're not something I enjoy. I've been trying to get myself to put them on more often because I do feel like some of the looks that I like to recreate, or looks that, you know, like I create, they're not necessarily complete without false lashes. But I make do. So those are the top lashes done. I don't know if you can see them. I've got pretty long lashes. And now we're going to go on and do our foundation. So this is the Maybelline Super Stay Foundation. I love this foundation because it is full coverage, and I think it's like $11.99 maybe. It's just so much more cheaper than, you know, some of the other high-end foundations that are full coverage. I mean, I'm sure there are more full coverage foundations out there, but this one works for me, and I love it. So I'm just taking a damp beauty blender. I'm just going to blend that in on my face. Okay, so now that the foundation's done, I'm going in with Tarte Shape Tape. This, I mean, you all can tell I've got some pretty gnarly dark circles and bags. I'm blessed with both. So I just take this and I very lightly put a few dots, kind of in a triangle shape. A little bit of this goes a long way. I also put some on the end of my nose, because for some reason foundation doesn't want to stay on the tip of my nose. I think it's because it's so dry. I have very dry skin. And then down the bridge of my nose. And then on my Cupid's bow. And I have a different beauty sponge for this. This is the NYX beauty sponge, and it's kind of flat at the top. So it's really good to like get, you know, right underneath your eye and then right underneath your wing. Instead of using, you know, a normal one that's going to probably mess it up. So I just get as close to my lash line as I can. I even take it and turn it sideways to get right there by my nose. Make sure it's nice and blended. So now that is all blended. Whenever you're using this shape tape, if you do decide to use it, it creases very bad. So make sure you're getting a setting powder. Just pop it right there to hide that little zit. My little friend. So this is a Laura Mercier setting powder. I also use Airspun, and it is from Walmart. Either one of them is fine. I like the Laura Mercier better, and I'm just taking a fluffy brush, and I don't bake because if you have dry skin, I do not recommend baking whatsoever. It's going to dry your skin out worse, and if you've already got dry skin, you don't need any more dry skin. And I don't do it on my nose. I literally just do it on my under eye. And I just do like a really light dusting. And then I do it on my Cupid's bow. And like right here where I smile, I get smile lines, and I crease there really bad. Just making sure I don't have any left on my face because we do not want to bake. If you have oily skin, baking is probably great for you. I do not, so I do not bake. Now we're going to bronze the face. So this is the Hoola Benefit Bronzer. This is my favorite bronzer. Oh Lord, honey, it's amazing. So I'm just taking, I don't know where I got these brushes from, but they're like unicorns, and I think they're super cute. So just putting a little bit on our brush, and I'm going to do, as you can see, it's already kind of dark there because that's where like my cheekbone is at. So I'm going to put a little bit right there. I know that's intense, but we're going to bronze. We are bronzing. We're going to blend it. And then I'm taking a little bit up in my hairline. A little bit like right on my temples, just to make sure it all goes together. Now this is the point where if you like to contour your nose, girl, you go. You contour your nose. I don't contour my nose. My nose is a little rough, but I stick with it. Now I'm going to be using the Tarte blush in Feisty. Now this is really dark, but I very lightly just put some on. And this actually helps, like this has got some good coverage because it covers up like these little red places on my cheek. It helps cover them up. It looks like it's just blush compared to my skin. So I'm just lightly pressing it on. I'll just put a little bit more on the brush for the other side. Now, my favorite part. It is my highlighter that I can't find. Just kidding, I found it. So this is Kristen Leanne. It's with Urban Decay. It is so cute. It has 3 different shades. So it has a light one, if you're nice and pale like me. And then it has a medium one, and it has a dark one. So obviously I'm going to be using the light one. And I'm just taking a little brush. I'm not sure. I know I got this in my Ipsy bag, but... And this is nice because it is buildable as well. If you want to add a lot of glow, you can. If you don't, if you just want like a light little bit, just put a little light layer on. You don't have to get crazy with the highlighter. A lot of people do. I do because I like to glow. I really like to glow. I like to look like a mermaid, which I don't think that's necessarily a good thing, but that's what we do. So I put it on the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose, on top of my cheekbones. And then, now that that's done, I'm going to go back in for my under eye. So with my under eye, I'm just going to take this little fluffy brush. This is also from Morphe. It came in that little set I told you all about. And I'm just going to take Streaking, the color we used earlier. And I'm going to mix it with a little bit of Reveal. I'm going to put it on my lower lash line. I'm going to take that same mascara I used earlier and put it on my lower lash line. I think everyone makes an ugly face when they put on this. So now that that is done, I'm going to spray my face with some MAC Prep and Prime, and then we'll do lips. Setting spray is just going to make your makeup last longer, and it's going to make everything look nice and just less powdery. It helps with the powder look, the cakey look, because you don't want to look cakey. Trust me, you don't. It's not a good look on anyone. So now I'm going to go in with, this is LA Colors Matte Liquid Lip Color. I'm not sure what color this is in. Suede. So this is a little bit, like a little bit, I say a little bit, you're about to see. It's really brown, but I really like it. Then I'm also going to add some pink to it. This is Cream Velvet Lip Gloss. I got this from Rue 21. I'm going to put that in the center and just kind of work my way out with it. And that is the final look. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you would like to see more. And I will see you all soon.